all those symptoms, she was always very disturbed about them. So I really encouraged her. I said, please, so that it doesn't get worse, go in for the surgery quickly. So guess what? On the day she went in for the surgery, the guy she was dating knew all about this. But when she went in for surgery and successfully came out, this guy that she was dating abandoned her, ghosted her. She was calling this because at that point she needed help. Her parents were not in this city, and she didn't want to even bother them with, because she's also the only daughter of her parents. She didn't want to bother them with news of she got a surgery and all that. Of course, she told them that she got a surgery, but she didn't make it feel like, oh, they needed to rush to this place because she got a surgery. So she was hoping that her man was going to be there for her in the hospital and all that. Because after surgery, you are more or less helpless. She was just there. You need someone to maybe help you, take you to the bathroom to bathe and all that. So this guy ghosted her. Maybe he wasn't that kind of person to now maybe leave his business and come to like babysit anybody. But this guy was nowhere to be found. But guess what? On the day she had this surgery, I was there. My work is busy. I get busy at work as a banker, but I left everything. I was with her the day she had the surgery. When she came out of the theater, I was there. And I was there throughout her recovery period. When this guy wouldn't show up, I was there, helping her with everything. And it pained her. It really broke her to know that the guy she was dating, the guy she loves, was not there for her. So after she became fine, came back home after some time, she started working again. She told me that she didn't want to have anything to do with that guy again. And of course, I love this girl. I've loved her all my life. But then at this point of my life, I already have another girl I was dating. She told me, she said, the way you took care of me, you've always been there for me. Almost all my life. From when we were kids, you've always been there for me. That was the day she opened, because I told you, I think she really loves me actually, but, the girl ego, I think that was her problem. She also didn't know how to say it to me. And also, as a guy, I think my own problem was, because I met her as a boy, I always, every time I stand in front of her, I feel like kissing her, but I'm always shy. I feel like telling her, asking her out, telling her I want you to be my girlfriend. I was always looking at her with that old boy eyes, and somehow it was a problem. I think, in fact, that's the reason I'm here, But then, like I said, I will get to that part. So what happened was, that was the day she opened up to me. She said, can you be my boyfriend? Because you've always been there for me. I want us to be more than friends or brother and sister. I want you to be my boyfriend. I want to be with you. You are the person I want to be with. I've always loved you. I just didn't know how to say it. And guess what? I didn't know whether to jump or to fly. My heart just melted. Something I've wanted all my life. I was just so happy. I had butterflies in my belly, honestly. But then, back in my head, I knew there was a problem. The problem was, even though I didn't like this other girl, but I just knew that, okay, but why is it now that I'm now dating someone else? But honestly, I didn't even think about it twice. It was just a momentary thing. After that time, I just went home and I blocked that girl I've been dating. So she tried reaching me on the phone, she tried texting me, all that didn't work. I remember she came to the house asking me what happened, why I blocked her and everything. I just told her I was tired. Because, I didn't know what to say. This girl was nice to me. She would come to my house, she would clean, she would do everything. And she had a job too, so she's not one of those girls that ask for money. She was so good. The only thing is, somehow, this other girl is someone I've always loved. So somehow, no matter what anybody does for me, no matter how beautiful any other person is, this girl, who is my first love, is always the one in my heart. So I just told her, I'm sorry, I'm just tired. I can't say that you've done anything to me, but I'm sorry, we need to end this relationship. Honestly, she was heartbroken. She was heartbroken. She cried, she felt it, she begged me. I told her, no, it won't work, I'm sorry. So she left. It wasn't her fault, so she left. And I didn't care about how she felt. I didn't care if she coped with the breakup or anything. I just moved on with the love of my life. So now I can be with the person I've always loved. Honestly, the first day we knock, I still remember, but I won't go into all that because it's something I've always wanted to do. And oh boy, I love this girl. But guess what? So now we are dating properly, and then I don't know what happened. I don't know how it happened. I don't know when it happened. The guy he started dating that abandoned her when she was in the hospital. I don't know how that guy showed up. That this part now is the reason I'm here, because I didn't know when this part happened. This my girl didn't tell me. But somehow this guy came back to her. Somehow he begged her for forgiveness. Somehow she forgave him. Somehow she started dating him again. Listen, it's you won't even understand, but when I tell you what it is and why I'm here, you understand. It's painful. It's painful. These past months have been terrible for me. I don't know what to do with my life, because this girl started dating him. He didn't even tell me. Why not just tell me that, okay, maybe you see me as a brother or something, maybe you like him more than me. I didn't know she had started dating this other girl, because she would still come to my house and sometimes we go knock. Do you get? So we're still as close, we're still as tight. I didn't suspect anything. She didn't mention that this guy is back into her life. I don't know, maybe because maybe the guy had more money. I don't know. But this girl also came from a rich home. Maybe she was expecting me to say, will you marry me? Because that was what happened. So I didn't know that this guy came back, proposed to her. She accepted. I don't know, maybe it's a girl thing. Maybe she felt she was ready for marriage and so she couldn't risk waiting for me or anything. I don't know. But that was what happened. This guy came back, proposed to her. She said yes. And she didn't tell me. I didn't know. And then this guy planned for them to move to France, to start a family in France, and she didn't tell me. Prepared visa and everything. She didn't tell me. Now, as I'm talking to you, the only thing I remember was that Sunday afternoon. We met in church the way we always meet in church. She came with me back home. We cooked food, we ate, and then we made love. And something about everything I remember about that day was that it was unusual. I don't know, maybe she knew that she wasn't going to see me again. So I remember that love making that day was unusual, but I just liked it, and I felt I thank God I'm finally with this girl. I've wanted to be with her all my life. But that was the last day I ever set my eyes on the love of my life. She left that Sunday evening, and I thought that maybe the next day, Monday, after work, we'll see again or something. During the week, we'll see. But then, Monday, I called her. She answered my phone actually, and she just told me that this phone is actually bad, that if I call her again today or something, it might not be available because, something is bad with the phone. She needs to take it to someone to fix it and blah, blah, blah. So I didn't know that the plan was she was going to block me on WhatsApp, on everywhere from where I can reach her. So that was it. Now, someone told me they were going to fix their phone on Monday. Tuesday, I called. I kept calling and I wasn't reaching her. Now, guess what? I think it was like 2 weeks later on one of those Saturdays.
My people, wahala deo. Hey, this life don't balance. My people, Tuesday happen. More we hear this our brother finish. More we know how we'll take choke our mouth for this matter. Hey, wahala for love.
Now, guess what? I think it was like 2 weeks later on one of those Saturdays. Someone we met during our NYSC called me. He was sounding very excited. He said, that's your girl. She's wedding. I just saw, because this girl blocked me, so I wouldn't know that anything like that was happening. He said, I just saw a video. it's the wedding of so and so person. That's your girl back then in orientation camp and all that. So I was like, which girl are you talking about? He mentioned his name, her name. I said, no, that's not true. I said, this is not Nigeria. So what are you saying? This girl is with me in this city. I met her on Sunday. I spoke with her on the phone on Monday. She said she'll fix her phone. What are you saying? They sent me the video and I saw it with my own eyes. A wedding, and it's the love of my life with this man. The man that left her when she was in the hospital. So my point is, my life has been miserable because I went to her parents. I said, look at what this girl has done to me. They said, well, that they are sorry, that they didn't know that we started dating, and they didn't even know that she didn't tell me she was getting married. That they asked her, what about your best friend? Why is he not here? Even if he couldn't come to Paris, how come we've not been hearing from him? You know, so she just told them that my work has been busy and all that. She just covered up. I told my own parents, I said, this is what is happening. I'm not myself. I thought this is the girl I would marry. Look at how she has treated me. And it's looking like everybody is blaming me. They're saying, from childhood, you guys have been close. We thought you guys would get married. So why didn't you say something? As a man, you are the one who was supposed to say something. You should have proposed to her first. Someone else proposed first, and that's why she married the person. Nobody is understanding what I'm saying. Nobody is telling me it's my fault. How is it my fault? How is it my fault that she didn't tell me that she had accepted to be with someone else? She should have at least told me. She even left this country without telling me. So now my heart is shattered, and it's been months now. 7 months actually. And in these 7 months, I've dated 4 girls. I feel like if I would maybe date other girls, I would feel better. But every girl I meet, I feel like they don't measure up to her standard, and I just send them away. I just find something. I don't know. I've not been myself. Now, the girl I started dating before this girl became sick in the hospital and came back and told me she wanted us to date. That girl I sent away. I told her nothing is wrong with you, but I'm tired of the relationship. I've gone because she is the only one that maybe can heal my heart right now. I've gone back to her and she has said no. She has said no, that I just threw her out for no reason. And I can't blame her because it was for no reason. But now I don't know what to do. My mental health has been affected. I had to take a remote job where I work from home, and it's still not working. I've gone to therapists. They've told me that working remotely won't even help me because I need to be going out to meet people so I can be forgetting the pain. But none of this has worked because I see this girl in my dreams. I don't know. I don't know what to do. If she was in this country, maybe I would have gone to meet her wherever she is, but she's out of the country. I don't know what to do. My heart is broken. My heart is broken. I'm a grown man. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have somebody I'm thinking of getting married to. I'm so lonely. And that's why I'm here.